All right, now originally I did a video on this album when it came out, but I have found new respect and kind of less vitriol of love of this album as I had a few listens and it just came out on streaming services on December 1st. So I decided, screw it, I might as well just redo this album because I missed a few things and also wanted to add a little bit of information. So yeah, let's get into it. Now, Taylor Swift, a famed singer and a person who used to sing country, who actually started out in country and was pretty good, and the youngest recipient of the Album of the Year by the Grammys, which was a pretty established thing, which established her in the industry, and also a person who was interrupted by Kanye West, you know, sadly, and kind of got everybody in her side, who later on stabbed Kanye West in the back by saying that she can be used in the song Famous and then playing it off like she didn't. But yeah, let's go back to her history. Now, of course, she broke into the industry with songs like Love Song and You Belong With Me, which was a pretty good song, I have to say, which was quite frankly flames. And of course, she had songs like Red, well, albums like Red, and also albums like 1989. She's really good with those one word album titles. So yeah. And of course, she took at least 2 years off to get her life together. And she's from a rich family. And she is known for her multiple lovers and making breakup songs about them, which is, I mean, if it isn't broke, why fix it? Um, you know, Stuff like that. So yeah, she was pretty great throughout her whole career. And she's one of the biggest sellers in the music industry. And she even had a beef with streaming services, which I can tell you is this beef is, of course, gone because she released all her music on streaming services the same day, I would like to say, that Katy Perry released her album. So she's pretty spiteful. Damn. Like, yeah. And of course, she had the song Shake It Off, which people say appropriated black culture and shit like that. And don't worry, she keeps on doing it and she's making hella cash. So, yeah, let's get into it. Now, of course, this album starts off with Ready for It, which kind of have Taylor dipping into the whole EDM trend, you know. And one of the things I like about Ready for It is many people don't know this, but in the end of the song, it says, "Baby, let the games begin, let the games begin." And then you have a song called In Games, which I thought was pretty hilarious. Like, it took me a while to get that. But yes, then you have the song called End Games, which was pretty amazing. It has a feature from Future who has this speedy flow throughout the whole track, which was quite frankly flames. And then you had Ed Sheeran, who always likes to dip into black music whenever he can. And he builds up the whole idea of this love affair. And then he goes through this whole British rapping cadence, which was pretty nice, I have to say. Now, I think the song "I Did Something Bad," she goes into the whole moniker of being a bad girl too much. I think this is the first song I heard of her curse. She says the word shit, and then on the like hook, she has like gunshots, literal gunshots, which I thought was a little bit pushing it, stuff like that. Now, the song Don't Blame Me, it kind of has this like gospel feel to me, how it has the background vocals doing a like, yeah, I'm very much digging the song. Now we have a song like Delicate, which has like this robotic manipulation of her voice, which I thought was very cool. And yeah, it's just a number somber showing of Taylor Swift that I'm really digging. And then you have the song Look What You Made Me Do, which has this build up to a chorus that samples Right Said Fred, and it's fucking terrible. Like, very, very bad. Very bad. I I think this is one of Taylor Swift's most disliked songs. Like, for real. It's fucking atrocious. And then you have the song like Gorgeous, which has another build up to a chorus that's pretty damn bad. Like, that's pretty well, actually Gorgeous is much more tolerable because it has this cutesy feel, while a song like Look What You Made Me Do takes itself way too serious. So yeah, but both of them have a failed build up to a chorus that's pretty bad. It's pretty bad compared to the other songs. Now we have the song like So It Goes, which many people theorize that Ready For It is portraying how the media sees Taylor Swift, and So It Goes is portraying how Taylor Swift sees herself in these relationships. And they point out that both of them have, of course, the dots. Um, Ready For It has three, and So It Goes have three in the front. Ready For It has three in the back. So yeah, that's pretty impressive. But So It Goes, I mean, it's pretty much like a send off to like all the haters. Kind of like how the song Call It What You Want To is. Both of them are send offs to the haters, like haters gonna hate. That's pretty good songs right here. And then you have a song like Getaway Car, which makes the whole idea of being taken away by another lover like a pretty good concept, as in the metaphor. And then you have like the second half of the album pales in comparison to the first, even with trashy songs like let Look What You Made Me Do, which is in the first half of the album. Dud. But yeah, the second half have King of My Heart, Dancing with Our Hands Tied, and Dress is pretty good. Like, you know, Dress as a whole song is excellent. But Dancing with Our Hands Tied is kind of like half ass. Like, you could have had this one held back. And speaking of like the whole King of My Heart, you know, those hi hats with the reference of Motown, like she's very much culturally appropriating, and I don't even believe in that shit. Like, I don't really care, but I'm just pointing this out. And this is why we can't have nice things. It sounds pretty much like a very catty song, like a very bitchy song, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But then you have a track like New Year's Day, which is like a piano song, like a more somber track, you know. It kinda like is like a filler track. I'm not really feeling it compared to the other songs and stuff like that, but I like that she ended it with a piano song. But overall, this album, it's repetitive, and rep instead of calling it reputation, I call it repetition, you know. And this album tends to like target the whole idea that Taylor's a badass because she lied to Kanye West about allowing him to like fantasize about fucking her, even though he has a wife, and then having his wife expose that Kanye West want to cheat on her with her. Kind of stupid. Kind of overall stupid. But the albums overall, it's pretty good. It's pretty decent. Except for a few filler tracks like New Year's Day and Dancing with Our Hands Tied. You know, pretty weird references and stuff like that. It's a pretty good album, I have to say. You know, I'm giving it a 6. Like, that's what I'm giving it right now. You know, not the best album of the year, but surely not the worst. You know, have to give it out to Taylor. So yeah, please like, subscribe, share the video. And guys, I am out. I hope everybody has a nice day. And yeah.